are tracking developing news in the murder of a young woman in South Boston. 5 months after the kidnapping of 24-year-old Amy Lord, we're learning more tonight about the circumstances surrounding her death. Law enforcement officials say this man, 29-year-old Edwin Alemany, is responsible for the crime, as well as several other attacks on other women. Eyewitness News reporter Shannon Heggie is live in our newsroom now with more.
It's a case that frightened many in that South Boston neighborhood and stunned the Western Mass community where Lord is from. Tonight, we've learned a Suffolk County grand jury has returned an indictment against the man accused of killing 24-year-old Amy Lord. Investigators say 29-year-old Edwin Alemany abducted the Wilbraham native as she was leaving her South Boston apartment in the early morning hours of July 23rd. They say not only did he beat her, but drove her to ATMs around South Boston before eventually stabbing her to death and dumping her body. Alemany is charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping, among other charges.
The evidence that was developed in the course of the investigation shows that Alemany abducted Amy Lord as she left her Dorchester Street apartment shortly before 6 a.m. We believe he beat her and forced her into her Jeep Cherokee at knife point. In a little less than an hour that followed, he ordered her to make cash withdrawals at 4 bank machines through South Boston and Dorchester. He then transported Miss Lord to the Stony Brook Reservation in Hyde Park, where he murdered her.
Alemany was also indicted in 3 attacks on other young women in Boston in September of 2012 and July of 2013. One of those attacks was the day after Lord's murder. The September 2012 incident led to the demotion of a Boston police detective and reprimand of a lieutenant and 2 sergeants for not completing the investigation or pursuing it further. Now, Alemany is being held on $3 million bail at Bridgewater State Hospital after he allegedly tried to commit suicide back in August. He'll be arraigned next month on these new charges in Suffolk County Superior Court, that is. I'm Shannon Heggie in the newsroom.